Hollywood continues to devolve into Hollywicked. Kevin Spacey is the latest Tinseltown Titan accused of inappropriate sexual conduct, but in embracing a very dubious damage control strategy, did the House of Cards star make things even worse for himself and, for that matter, the gay community? So A-list thespian Kevin Spacey says he's beyond horrified by allegations that he made sexual advances on a teen boy decades ago. Now, as the story goes, Spacey hosted a party in 1986 and got very drunk. That's when he allegedly made sexual advances on Anthony Rapp, currently a cast member in Star Trek Discovery. Rapp says Spacey picked him up, put him on a bed, and got on top of him, holding him down tightly. Holy Harvey Weinstein, Batman. However, Rapp was somehow able to escape, although I have to ask, and I'm not blaming the victim here, but what was a 14-year-old doing at such a party in the first place? In any event, for his part, Spacey states that he can't remember this encounter with Rapp. Spacey then goes on to say if it did indeed happen, he owes Rapp, quote, the sincerest apology for what would have been deeply inappropriate drunken behavior, end quote. Now, maybe Spacey was indeed too drunk to remember the incident, or maybe he's just saying this in order to come up with an excuse for his behavior, i.e. it was the booze that made him act this way. Who knows? Making this pronouncement is already a somewhat questionable crisis management strategy to begin with, but did Spacey only further screw things up with the follow-up statement? Namely, soon after offering his mea culpa, Spacey somehow thought that this was the perfect time to come out of the closet. Here's what he stated on Twitter, quote, as those closest to me know, in my life I have had relationships with both men and women. I have loved and had romantic encounters with men throughout my life, and I choose now to live as a gay man, end quote. Yikes! In trying to convey regret and remorse over the alleged sexual assault, waving the rainbow flag is surely a huge strategical error for Spacey, because in the final analysis, what does sexual orientation have to do with sexual assault, or for that matter, inappropriate sexual advances on a 14-year-old boy? The answer, of course, is nothing. So why in the world would Spacey conflate these two issues to begin with? How could he possibly think that coming out at this particular moment would make things better for him? Or did he think that playing the gay card would lead to a get-out-of-jail-free card for him? Regardless, there are many in the gay community who are none too pleased with Spacey's mixed message, and rightly so. Here's a sampling of tweets regarding L'Affaire Spacey from Richard Lawson. Coming out as a gay man is not the same thing as coming out as someone who preyed on a 14-year-old. Conflating those things is disgusting. And from Louise Brealey, Spacey trying to hide behind coming out and offering drunkenness for an excuse for jumping on a child shows his breathtaking arrogance. And finally, from Moshe Kasher, ashamed of being accused of bank robbery. I forgot if I did that, but this is a good time to let you know I am Jewish. In one respect, it's a shame, really. I've always been a Kevin Spacey fan. He's one of the best actors on the planet. So in this regard, is this the latest case in which one must employ that old chestnut about separating the artist from his art? As well, will this be a matter of things healing with the passage of time? I mean, just consider what transpired at the Oscars back in 2003.
And the Oscar goes to Roman Polanski. For the pianist. The Academy congratulates Roman Polanski and accepts this award on his behalf.
Gee, too bad Han Solo didn't have time to say why Mr. Polanski couldn't be in attendance that night, namely that there's an international warrant out for Polanski due to his drugging and raping a 13-year-old girl some 40 years ago. And yet, as you saw, there was the who's who of Hollywood back in '03 applauding Polanski, some even giving this predator a standing ovation. Whoopi Goldberg would go on to opine that what Polanski did was not rape. Another Hollywood bigwig said the Polanski incident was a, quote, so-called crime, end quote. Oh, by the way, the person who uttered that pithy quotation, none other than Harvey Weinstein. So why the apparent double standard here? Polanski is celebrated even though he actually raped the girl. Spacey, meanwhile, is being pilloried. Is Spacey's true crime due to his intentional, albeit inexplicable, muddying of the waters by apologizing for an act of assault while in the same sentence announcing that he's gay? Or post-Weinstein allegations, have things changed in Hollywood now? One must wonder when the next Kevin Spacey sincere apology will be uttered, and one must also wonder if, like Roman Polanski, that eventually Tinseltown will, with the passage of time, choose to forget and forgive Spacey's indiscretions as well. Hey, what was the name of that movie starring that other Polanski A-list apologist, Meryl Streep? Oh yeah, it's complicated. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, the Rebel has an all-new fall lineup. Please visit therebel.media/shows and check it out.